the tale of a superhero who embodies everything about America, like being a real dick and punching ladies. This is Captain America on Stinker Madness.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. I'm your host, Justin. I've got Sam and Jackie here as always. How are you guys?
Good.
Oh God.
Yeah, well, I was good this morning. We've also got one of our most reoccurring guests. Mark is here.
Hello, everyone.
How are you, Mark? How's your sex life, Mark?
Oh, it's adequate.
Maybe we could go throw the football later.
Yeah.
Because football is fun.
Well, here's one right here. You can play a little football. You can play football anywhere.
Right here in the hallway.
Right here, yeah.
We just watched a movie with one of America's most favorite football stars, and it's Peyton Manning
Peyton Manning.
playing the role of Steve Rogers or Captain America. His secret identity is actually one Mark Salinger.
That wasn't Peyton Manning.
That was not Peyton Manning, believe it or not.
I'm pretty sure that was Peyton Manning.
It is not Peyton Manning, it's Mark Salinger.
Actually, if it was Peyton Manning, he would have done a better job.
So, okay, I know that everybody out there is really excited to hear what I have to say about the costumes
Oh, boy.
and dreamboatiness. So I'm just...
The dreamboatiness of one Mark Salinger.
Yes. Okay, so no, not a dreamboat.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a hunchback for a majority of the movie.
I think that was part of his disguise.
A hunchback Okay, well, he was playing that one real well.
Yeah.
If he disguised himself as a doofus, it was fucking lights out.
There was a costume in the movie. They got that right.
Yeah, the costumes were atrocious. Oh God, I feel so violated in the costume and dreamboat departments.
Thank God for Chris Evans, that's all I can say.
Oh God, he's so dreamy. Let's talk about him for an hour.
Well, no, we can't. We have to talk about Mark Salinger and Captain America and how terrible this film is. This movie sucked.
I have to do the dirty business of correcting myself from the last podcast.
When you mentioned that Mark Salinger was a dreamboat?
No.
Yeah, correct yourself right now, Sam.
Well, if I did that, I was wrong. Darren McGavin is not his father, he's a general.
Yes.
Because it didn't recycle the parents from the Christmas Story, it recycled the mother. They're both in there, but
General
they're not...
Fleming.
Yeah, he plays General Fleming, not Peyton Manning's dad.
Yeah.
Not Archie Manning. Darren McGavin is Archie Manning. What?
It kind of looks like Archie Manning a little bit. You can pull that off. The Mannings. The biopic, The Mannings, with Darren McGavin and Mark Salinger. Who would play Eli?
That's a good question.
I like...
Eli.
Dennis Hopper.
Oh, yeah, Dennis Hopper.
There you go.
Dennis Hopper's corpse.
Yeah, there you go.
I like, though, that they did try to recycle Ralphie as well in this movie as the retarded journalist kid.
Yeah.
It looked a lot like him. It wasn't the same guy.
Not Ralphie.
I said tried.
Tried to, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fairly
Because this was 7 years after the Christmas Story was made.
analog copy of Ralphie, but it was not Ralphie.
It was not Ralphie.
Yeah. So Captain America is, what did we say? It was is it the only movie that Mannheim did sans canon?
No.
Oh, okay.
He did a bunch. I think he did a movie not 5 years ago.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, this is one of them. This is not a canon film, produced by Mannheim Golan, directed by Albert Pyun,
Yep.
Hall of Fame
Yep. Hall
bad
of
movie
Fame, bad
director.
movie.
This was a PU movie.
This is not their finest moment.
I said in the point 5 that this is not, admittedly, not his finest hour. Self-admitted, that one got away from me, guys.
I don't know how, like you said in the point 5, how did they fuck this up so bad? How did they fuck this up so bad?
It's the one guy from Retro Junk said, I've read the script. It's a great script. How did they screw it up? It can't have been a great script.
But it's just so bad.
From conception on is bad. It couldn't have been a good script. That was a bad version of Captain America.
It seems like
from writing all
it's
the way
a shock
through.
to me that this is Albert Pyun, because it seems like my first attempt at directing type movie. The guy's made 700 bajillion films, and this was a mess. This is really poor.
I don't know that a lot of it was his fault. It seems like
Whose fault is it?
Menahem Golan.
Yeah, all right.
because you only have what you're given, right? He didn't write it.
Right.
The shots weren't bad. It was not technically a mess.
I got confused quite a bit by some of the shots. Like, what just happened? What was that? And the editing was poor. The cuts were not good.
The principal photography visually looked okay.
Yeah, I guess.
It seemed like he did what he could with the actors. Like, that Salinger guy is not it.
No. What else did Mark Salinger do? Anything?
I thought Revenge of the Nerds, and then it was episodes of things. He's in episodes.
I just want to say I had to brush my teeth after watching this movie. Just try to get the taste out of my mouth.
Yeah, let's talk about the actors in this film. Mark Salinger, of course, we've mentioned. The Red Skull guy. Who's he? Anybody?
I didn't even look him up in the 0.5 because he looks familiar.
He's Scott Paulin.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got Ronnie Cox, who plays the president.
Ronnie Cox is the president.
The guy from RoboCop.
Ned Beatty is his friend.
Who dies.
That's a journalist?
Why kill Ned Beatty so
With a
goddamn early?
Volkswagen?
Like, he's pretty much your draw in this film. Like, oh, hey, Ned Beatty's in it. This is good, probably good, because Ned Beatty's in it, and then he's, like, not in it.
I think maybe Ned Beatty arranged that. I think he was scripted through the whole movie, and he's like, no, I died in that scene.
Yeah, get me out. I don't want to be here anymore.
What's that? We filmed up to this point. See ya.
If I ever got to the point that I could, like, demand things in my contract, I would demand that I had a death scene shot on the first day, so that at any point I could just leave the production. They just use the death scene.
Yeah.
Like, and it would always be the same one.
Uh-huh.
And I would make them shoot it again, even though, just because it would had to be in, I had to be in the feeling of the movie and the production. But it would be a van blowing up every time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like a van.
All right, this weekend, everybody meet at my house. We've got a van in the back lot. Boom.
Gonna blow it up.
No matter what the movie was, at some point I would have given up on it. And so if it was like, a period piece or a love story, you just see me pull up in a van, say, I'll see you in hell, then jump the van over another car and it explodes.
Like in the A-Team.
Nice.
Quite dramatic. How about Sharon? I'm guessing she's supposed to be like Sharon Carter.
I guess.
She sucked pretty bad.
I'm thinking that they didn't use any of the Carters because they would have been like, oh, we would have to have Captain America have at least one successful mission if we added Peggy Carter into this.
It's true.
We just dropped him out of a plane.
With no training.
No training. He doesn't do a good. He gets beat up.
He gets
They
beat up.
strap him to a missile, and then he kicks the missile to Alaska.
Punt.
But he doesn't do jack shit until
No,
he sees the kid
he
out
does-
on the White House lawn taking pictures.
That's
and then
the
he's
dumbest
like,
part of the whole
oh
thing.
crap, maybe I shouldn't have them blow up the White House.
How does he
Start
see the
kicking
kid?
the rocket?
He's upside down, strapped to the
It's
rocket.
so dumb.
He can't even tell where he's at. Oh, it's so
Yeah.
terrible.
How does the
kicks
kid
it-
see him with this camera? And it's
Yes.
like, all right, here's a spot, here's an explosion. That's what it would have been like in real life.
Terrible. Well, let's get into this. The film starts out in Italy, which is part of my later confusion that we'll get to. But there's a kid playing a piano. Is that Chopin? I think it is.
Maybe.
Yeah. He's a prodigy, this child. He's quite the pianist, and apparently he's got superior intelligence.
I guess.
And he's so good that they're recording him.
Yes, on a giant 1940s tape recorder. Or tape machine, or... no,
It's a tape recorder.
35, because it's 7 years before 1942. So, well, some fascist guys invade their house. I guess they're fascist. Who are these guys?
They're fascists
They're
and Nazis
fascists.
combined.
Yeah.
Are they Nazis?
The one
There
guy...
were some.
I thought the one guy was Italian. I couldn't tell.
I thought he was Russian.
No.
He looked Russian and he sounded Russian, but he was supposed to be Italian.
Right.
Or are they
think.
supposed to be German?
No. Well,
There were some Germans with him.
there were some German peons with them, but all the upper dudes were Italian fascists.
Huh. All right. Well, they come in, they barge in, get the kid because he's got the superior intelligence. He's the one. He's Neo for the Nazis. He's a neo-Nazi.
Ooh.
That was on the fly. I didn't write that one down.
Oh, you didn't write that joke?
Yeah, no.
Weird. I mean, I couldn't
That
tell.
was from my brain.
I couldn't tell with the hilarity of it.
Word.
Well, they take him back to Fortress Lorenzo. It's a strange place.
Well, He never leaves Fortress Lorenzo.
Oh, he never goes home again, does he? No. He's
is
no
home.
Rambo.
Yeah.
Well, they make him watch
does.
his parents be shot to death.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's nothing.
he's like, I'm
there's
not
nothing
going back
for
there.
him.
I'd have to clean that shit up.
Fortress Lorenzo doesn't have dead parents in it.
It seems big and nice.
Yeah.
And they
Nice
probably have
castle.
cheese and bread there.
Their science lab is quite sparse, though. It's got 2 guys in, like, a bullshit machine.
And a strappy chair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
don't forget the
whole-
rat.
The science of this movie was terrible.
Oh,
Yes, I wrote that down. I wrote down science because they had the Nazi science, and then she turncoats and comes to America to make Captain America. Now that she figured it out all the way, I guess.
yeah.
And both of those rooms were full of really bad science.
Uh-huh. Indeed.
Not good science, just some flashing lights.
There was also a very bad PowerPoint presentation as well, as all of Hitler's minions are in one room, all 10 of them, watching a film
With a rat.
with a rat.
And this is the part that's exciting, because they're like, this is the rat. I take my word for it. This is what it used to. It doesn't really matter.
No.
You just show
People
them
know
the
what
end
a rat
result.
used to look like.
Show them the end result and be like, that used to be a rat.
Yeah, what if you didn't show them that, and you show them the red, mutated, transformed rat, and they're like, well, so what?
So what?
Did
Yeah.
that used to be a grizzly?
Yeah.
What's this? Well, it used to be a rat. No way, man. No way did that used to be a rat.
But if you
There's
show 'em-
footage of the original rat
yes, watch
yeah.
this film.
Oh.
watch this film that could be any rat anywhere.
Oh.
at any time.
Oh, wow. Now I get this amazing transformation that you have done.
The rat was the best special effect in this movie.
The
I
rat
loved the rat.
really is the best part of the whole film.
the
And it's-
Red Scare rat.
And it's not good stop motion.
No, it's terrible. It's a really shitty looking monster thing. What is it?
It's the red skull rat.
Well, that's
I
the other
understand,
thing.
but so what? What is it?
Yeah, it's twice as strong and twice as smart.
Is
Yep.
it?
That's what they said.
Huh.
Yep, and you can tell that because the rat wrote the movie.
The rat cast Mark Salinger.
Well, they were trying to make a puppy for the Red Scare that they were going to do to this kid. And they were like, look, we got you a puppy. It looks just like you.
The Red Scare, is that your name for this project of transforming
Oh, God.
rats and boys into
Yeah.
icky faces?
Well, what's his real name
In
in this movie?
Santos.
I
But
guess.
what do they call him, though? He has a
The red
name.
skull.
The
Red
Red
Skull,
I
yeah.
was calling him the Red Scare.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, the Red
You
Scare
might
was
as
a
well. This
character
wasn't-
from our commercial.
I don't think this was a Marvel production, even though it said it was.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Stan Lee was behind this thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the
And
executive producer.
Till the bitter end. I think after he saw it, he had to be pissed.
He had to be pissed.
He had to be fucking pissed.
He did not have a cameo in this movie.
He did not have a cameo in this movie.
Although there was a guy walking
expecting
away
it.
that kind of looked like Stan Lee from the back, but
was not Stan Lee.
Could have been anybody.
yeah.
Maybe Stan Lee had a cameo, saw the film, and was like, "Get me out! Cut that
He's like,
shit."
bring in the death scene with the van.
They had a movie with Stan Lee on it, but they cut that scene.
Just one of those cardboard cutouts, full size person. Here, hey, Stan Lee's in this film. Move the cardboard through the scene.
Somebody behind it in black.
Mark Salinger.
that
well,
would have
they-
been a good sidekick for how shitty Captain America is.
Cardboard
If you just-
Stan Lee.
If you just had a flat Stan Lee that he drug around with him.
This is my sidekick, Bucky. No, that's a cardboard cutout of Stan Lee.
Yep, and he's more action packed than me. So I'm a dickhead.
Well, they put the boy in the machine, into the transformation machine, with... What's the deal with the mask thing?
And the strap down mask had ears. Like
And eye
somebody
holes.
went
And a
crazy with putting ears on everything in the costume department. Like they would be like, "Oh, God damn it, Bill's gonna show up again," and Bill would show up and just put ears on it.
Does that mean that they also had to make one of those for the rat that they transform? With
The rat didn't have ears, so like he was sick one day. He didn't get to put ears on the stop motion rat.
So yeah, he becomes the Red Skull transformation, and the
the
lady scientist is like, "What's her deal?" Because
She gets upset. Oh, we're using a kid.
this thing that I invented that's perfectly child-sized, and you're putting a child in it. Wow, I didn't know that this was what we did when we're evil Nazis.
So we've been building that human chair for a real human. Oh.
Oh.
So then she throws a fuss and runs towards the window, which the Nazis shoot at her.
Uh-huh.
Then she jumps through the
She's
window
faster than bullets.
and plummets one story to the ground.
It looks more like 6.
It seems like it's a tough fall, but she does okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
battle
she
roll.
manages to roll over some mud pies or something because her pristine white jacket now has little splotches all over it.
And
got
she
dirty.
has a twisted ankle too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she hears the child scream when they transform him because they're like, forget chasing her. She's dead.
Yeah.
And then she gets up and hobbles off.
Yeah, I
Apparently.
don't really know why all of a sudden she's had a change of heart in being an evil Nazi. Like, gassing Jews is okay, but sticking a child into a transformation chair, that's too much. I am out of this evil Nazi business. I can't sleep at night anymore.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah. All right, whatever. So, 7 years later, California, Steve Rogers at home, the fam. He's already been recruited into the Captain America program.
They
Volunteered.
found he's the perfect
Candidate
out
out of
of
600.
600 people. Nice search.
Because he's got polio?
He had polio.
He had polio leg.
Why is he the perfect candidate?
I don't know.
Because he can do a hunchback impression really well. And they were like, Quasimodo.
Because he doesn't ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, because he's like, I just want to
yeah.
be part of the war.
Yeah, we need somebody who's a bit of a tard in this
Yeah.
program.
So it'll make him smarter, right? Because right now he doesn't have anything going on upstairs at all. We don't want him to be too smart, so I think this is our guy.
The other 599 candidates asked for training.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have that in the budget.
They were all able to fill out the personal information on the top of the form correctly. Looks like you put your name where the date goes, Steve. What? Exactly.
Yep.
Just come over here and get in this chair, Steve.
You're the guy. Yeah, I don't know. Wow. So there's a secret base under a diner that is where the super soldier program takes place at. Conveniently in Steve Rogers' hometown.
Yeah.
Out of all of the places.
Maybe
let's put this
that
here.
wasn't in the budget to bring somebody in from another state. They were like, we're just going to look here.
Yeah. Or
There's a lot of fucktards in
It
California.
wasn't in the budget to have one stock shot of a plane. Like, now he's in a different place. You don't know where the diner could be anywhere. It could be in fucking Omaha.
No,
Like,
it's not, because he goes back, when he goes back
I
to
know, that's what I'm
Redondo,
saying, is that they could have put it in a
they
different
could have
town.
put it anywhere, and they chose,
They-
nope, it's got to be in Steve's hometown.
Yeah.
So dumb.
It's a good place to put a secret hideaway base, though,
Under a diner.
in California, which is earthquake prone.
Yeah, right in the middle of town, too. Nobody will see construction going on right there. Hey, what are those guys building there? It looks secret and top and
So, they go up there.
basey.
And the guys, the military guys park in the parking lot, and then they go through, get in there. There's a lot of people down there. Where does everybody that like actually works there every day, like how far away do they have to park?
Maybe they live there. Maybe there's like barracks inside.
They
of it.
can't, but if they own a car, it can't be anywhere around there. Like they have to probably walk 4 blocks to park their car.
Yeah, it's not a job I would like.
You know what's shitty, though, is that you're a special agent for the government, and your job is to work at the fucking diner with a gun.
Making biscuits and gravy all day long.
And
That
dealing,
nobody eats.
yeah, and then dealing with, hey, tits, and grabbing your buns.
Hey tits, I'm grabbing your buns. Oh,
That would be a better movie.
I am really upset that I don't have a girlfriend right now so that I could go do that to her and then not have sex tonight. Just be like, hey, tits, I'm grabbing your butt. And then not talk to her for about an hour and a half.
You know, that was a popular catchphrase in the 40s.
Oh, Jackie, you have a very, very strange concept of life in reality.
I have to say that all the time now.
Yeah, demotion. You get to go to the cafe and work.
Well, he gets strapped to the chair, and I thought an interesting line was that he's no Superman,
Yeah, that
but
was
he's
awesome.
all that's good
And when was
in
Superman?
mankind.
Because Golan had the rights to Superman at that point, too.
Yeah.
So it was like a little tip of the hat to himself. I'm going to fuck up Superman next.
Watch out, people.
And if you've seen Superman 4, boy howdy.
Yeah, he's no Superman, all right.
Yeah,
He's
no
no Captain
Peyton
America
Manning.
either.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
I like the stolen Star Wars sounds during the transformation, the blaster sounds and the the sounds the guns make, the turrets when they're moving. Why is it that Star Wars gets so much shit stolen from it all the time? And it's like it's the most seen movie of all goddamn time, and the one sound effects you decide to steal from is that one?
You're the most notable.
Yeah.
They should have made the Wookiee sound when he was growing into Captain America.
So weird.
And I love how like they showed his legs during this transformation, and he kind of moved his leg to make it look fatter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like over to the side so it looked like his muscles
Like
were
he
growing.
smashed his calf backwards into the chair so that it would sprout out the sides.
Yeah, so it looked bigger.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, honey, that's no.
Yeah.
That's like when a fat guy tries to show you his bicep and he has to hold it up with his finger. No.
I liked how when the lights went out and the special effects were going on and all this electricity shot out of the walls, there were no cables or any electronic equipment where it shot out.
Yeah.
It was just like right in the middle of a blank wall.
Static electricity in the air.
Yeah,
So
or
there's an
something.
electric atmosphere mark inside.
Science.
Science.
Wow. Well, there's a Nazi spy in there. Oh no. Shoots
Heil Hitler.
Yeah, Heil Hitler, and then shoots Vizelli, Dr. Vizelli, the lady from the beginning of the movie. And he shoots Steve Rogers, which sets up a reoccurring thing in this movie. He shoots him right in the chest.
Shoots him like 3 fucking times.
Yeah.
Yeah, blood everywhere.
But he still is able to take down the Nazi spy and say goodbye to Dr. Vizelli.
And then he gets thrown into the equipment and gets electrocuted, and that essentially destroys it so that no more super soldiers can be made.
Which is actually the only really thing that this film has in common with the actual comics. That's how the origin of Captain America happens, and when they rewrote it back in 1965 or something like that. Yeah, that's how it went down. Not the Dr. Vizelli thing and him getting shot in the chest 3 times, but
And Bernie.
yeah.
Who the fuck dates a
Bernie.
girl named Bernie? And why would
Who
you
names-
name a girl Bernie?
well, I should
Bernice.
Bernice, yeah,
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
but I would not shorten it to Bernie.
Yeah, could you imagine having sex with that one? Oh, Bernie! Bernie!
Yeah, this is after Weekend at Bernie's. I think Bernie is a name that has been ruined by that film, so don't be Bernie.
Don't be Bernie.
Yeah.
Or they just loved Weekend at Bernie's that much. That was all that was the only spot they could squeeze it in.
Tip of the hat once again.
Yeah.
To a better movie.
And that's tough because Weekend at Bernie's sucks.
Yes.
Like we couldn't watch it. We tried to watch it and we made it 10 minutes?
Oh,
no,
I
it was like
couldn't-
6.
yeah, I
we made it
couldn't do it.
6 minutes into Weekend at Bernie's. We're like, nope, not gonna happen.
Still a better movie than this one.
Oh yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So he has to go to the hospital. He gets patched up real quick as soon as he finds out that the Nazis have an ICBM in 1943. And they're gonna launch a missile at the States. So he's okay.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the States.
Well,
Apparently a super
Send me
healing.
in.
send
I
me
will
in
do it.
to a castle that I'll visit again.
That I won't remember
Won't
where
remember
it
it
is
is.
or why it's important or.
But if I could figure out what his name is,
Yeah.
what's his name?
So he gets in a plane. This is his mission: is to suit up into his Captain America uniform that's fireproof.
He's had 3 days of shield training.
Shield, yeah, something.
And by shield mean with his actual shield.
Yeah.
There's no shield organization.
Not the strategic hazard intelligence
something.
Something else.
something
Intervention.
intervention.
I don't know, I'm trying to read your t-shirt
enforcement,
there,
logistics
Justin.
It's written on
division.
your fucking chest.
Oh shit!
I'm like trying to read your t-shirt there, dude.
yeah, that's
Espionage.
Who's a bigger doofus, you or Captain America?
Bum, bum, bum.
Not sure. Well, he jumps out of the plane.
And he says, I love you, Bernie.
I made you rewind that because I thought it was something poignant, and then it was like, oh god damn it.
At this point, this is another problem with this film: is nobody's names are clearly stated. Like, I had to ask you, who the fuck is Bernie? That's his love interest. When was that revealed? When was her name ever spoken?
When he left the taking of the photograph to go find
Yeah,
her, and
geez,
then
I
had to
gotta-
hobble through all of Southern California to find her.
Because he's got polio leg.
Polio leg.
only to make Google eyes at her and then leave for the mission without taking the photograph.
Whoop,
yeah.
See ya.
Or did they take the photograph?
That- and I don't
I
think-
don't know, dude.
If
Who
they
cares?
didn't, that would be a good, that's about how Captain America gets
Yeah.
it done in this movie.
Yeah. They never showed
He
the
won.
photograph later, so apparently it didn't get taken.
So he attacks the base solo. Him and his shield. I liked this action sequence. I enjoyed it. Yeah, where he tosses the shield at the tower and topples it over. It
Oh, that
pretty
was so
crappy.
silly.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah, it was
crappy
really
looking.
dumb.
But just so our listeners know, this shield has special abilities like a boomerang. So if he throws it, it just goes in a big circle and comes back.
That's Captain America.
Yeah, it does that in
Yeah.
all of the Captain Americas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think? Yeah, it comes back to him.
Yep.
Magnetized,
magnetic.
tied to his DNA. It's like Thor's hammer. Otherwise, he'd be walking around picking up his shield all the goddamn time.
Well, I didn't realize that.
Oh man, it's over there. God damn it! Why did I throw it so far?
Whereas in this one, it doesn't. They don't explain it. They're just like boomerang shield.
They don't
It's
say.
just
There's no
boomerang.
mention of vibranium. It also looks like one of those candies that you get after dinner. After dinner mint. It's
What
got
a-
texture to it.
It looks like one of those shitty party plates that you get at like Zurchers.
Yeah, the first time you
It's
really get
upside down.
a clear view of it, it's plastic.
And
Yeah,
it's really
it's-
shitty plastic.
It's crappy
Yeah.
looking.
Later on in the movie, it's plywood or something, but in the beginning, it's plastic.
His outfit is shitty looking. It's
It's red, white, and blue.
yeah. Well, it's
And
the
it's
colors
obviously-
of Captain America's uniform, but
Giving him crotch itch.
is it vinyl, latex?
It was rubber, and I think that's sort of it was probably latex, and I think that this is sort of the beginning of getting away from fabric on superhero costumes. Like I can't find one that happens before this where they decided that latex was a better choice. But
It
then,
looks terrible.
it does,
It
but
looks
latex eventually
crappy,
looks better.
and like that. Anytime he would rub up against a wall a little too much, that it would just rip to shreds. And like, there's no protective quality to his uniform at all.
It's fireproof.
Oh yeah.
and it's
Which-
dirty the entire movie.
Yeah, but it's fireproof, which we have to take his word for because he never actually interacts with fire. But it's
Never
fireproof.
Yeah.
becomes involved with fire.
I don't think Mark Salinger is fireproof.
And I love how it squished his face. So he always had like some kind of weird droop eye thing because the costume would like push his eyebrow down into his eye.
And the eye holes didn't line up,
Yeah,
so he
it was
he
like-
couldn't look to either side.
It does him the disservice of making him look like more of a doofus when he does a really good job of that on his own.
Yeah.
So he looks confused, and I don't know if it was acting or if he's just that much of a doofus in real life. But like anytime he was doing anything, he's like it's like he's seeing it for the first time.
Exactly.
Everything
What's this thing?
Yeah.
That's a bookmark. Whoa.
Steve Rogers every day is his first day at life.
Yeah.
It was, however, the best costume in the entire movie.
Well,
No,
only-
the Red Scare Rat was the best one.
that's not a
Skull.
costume.
Red Skull.
Yeah. Even the period piece costume.
I liked the Eurotrash
good.
costumes. That was very spot on for Eurotrash.
That was very spot on.
They
for
were
Euro.
not wearing costumes.
They just came
Everybody-
to work that way.
Everybody else in the film just showed up in their regular clothes.
Yeah. 80s were rough.
Now casting Eurotrash. Hey, I'm Eurotrash. I can be in this film.
Yeah. There was a scene with punk kids on the beach.
Yeah.
It looked terrible.
Oh god, the culture shock. Well, anyways, back at the Lorenzo base, he's invaded it. He gets in a fight with Red Skull. Red Skull's just standing in front of his rocket proudly.
Gets beat up real nice.
Yeah, he gets his ass kicked by the Red Skull.
And the Red Skull's what, like 14 at this point?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
7 years later.
7 years
He's like
17.
a teenager.
At most.
at best, 17.
And he beats the shit out of a
Yeah.
fully grown Captain America. I'm just like, take that, motherfucker.
This is a dumb movie. I never even made the connection that he's a fucking teenager.
To be fair,
with
though,
gross face.
he did have 7 years of training, whereas
Yeah,
Captain America
yeah.
had 0 days.
That's probably true.
Oh god. Well, yeah, he gets beat up. The Red Skull has Red Skull face. It's
And
also
no hair, no
crappy.
hair, and
Yeah.
white eyes.
It's yeah, that comes into play later where he why it's important that he has Red Skull face will play out later. Yeah, so they strap Cap to the rocket that's being sent to the White House. They're going to explode the White House with this, launching from Italy.
Yeah.
But you're coming with me, Red Skull. If I'm going down, you're going down. Grabs his hand.
And this is where you really start to doubt the intelligence of Captain America because the movie is stating clearly that the Red Skull is smarter than he is.
Uh-huh.
And the Red Skull chooses to cut off his own hand rather than Steve Rogers' hand, which is a poor choice. and
bad life
really
decision.
Speaks to the intelligence of not just the Red Skull, but if he's going to completely outwit Captain America is stupid as shit.
Yes. He is quite dumb. The proof is in the pudding.
They never explained the fake hand later.
It doesn't come into play.
No.
This absolutely has nothing to do with anything in the rest of the movie.
No.
Who cares if he doesn't have a hand?
And both of his hands are functioning like regular hands. They just put gloves on him.
Yeah, he's got Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker arm.
There was a tiny cut scene where it showed there was a seam on his wrist,
Yeah, but big deal. Who fucking cares?
but it never came to anything.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, it's the guy.
He's got a friendship
I've
bracelet.
spotted him because he only has the one hand. Nope. Doesn't matter.
If we knew his name.
Yeah, if you knew his name, then you can figure out the whole plot.
If we can figure out his name, we'll win.
What is Steve Rogers doing on this rocket before it gets to Washington?
He's unconscious.
So there's a good
I'm pretty sure.
16 hours.
Yeah, it's a long trip.
It's a on a V1. They don't have that much fuel to get. It wouldn't have worked, but
Yeah.
they have science on their side. The science of this movie, super science. So yeah, that would have taken a long time
Uh-huh.
to get here from Italy.
Pretty
So
bored up here.
He's covered in piss and shit,
In his rubber suit.
Yeah.
Red,
and he's
white,
laying
blue.
on his back, so it's mostly all welled up. Like in that crevice, like where your back arch, like in the arch of your back, he's just got this big puddle.
No,
of
the
shit.
acceleration of the rocket makes it all go into his boots.
Oh no.
But every time it shifts, it just he's just
Sloshing.
wearing a slushy.
Brown slushy.
It's like his costume has turned into a water weenie, but it's just shit and piss.
Jackie, now you know why it was dirty the whole movie.
Nobody wanted to clean that mess up.
Man. Well, as he approaches the White House, there's a kid outside who's, hey, what's that? I'll use my telephoto lens, and looks, oh, there's a man strapped to a rocket, and it's headed right for it. So at that point, he decides to kick the rocket.
And this is another, science.
Science.
So he kicks the flap down, which would have made the rocket immediately spiral downward.
Or just completely spiral out of control and still crash.
It would have gone down on that side, so it would have gone down faster, and it would have done it in a spiraling fashion.
Or absolutely nothing would have happened, and it just still would have gone on course
He
to
would
the
have-
White House and
he would have-
exploded.
He would have kicked it.
I will tell
and
you
it would
what
have hurt
would-
his foot.
Yeah, I will tell you what would not have happened.
Kicking it to Alaska?
The rocket would not have diverted its path trajectory to Alaska.
And not blow up when it gets there.
Used all the fuel to get to Alaska.
Well, that's why.
What's he doing on the rocket between Washington and Alaska? He's been on this rocket for almost 2 days.
That's where it gets rough, was when he crosses the Canadian border and the air starts to get colder. He turns into a shit and piss ice blanket
Slushy.
He's then stuck to the rocket like Lloyd Christmas gets stuck to Harry's back when
Yeah.
they get to Colorado.
I am shocked and appalled at all of you. Have you not seen Flash Gordon? This is within the science.
Yes.
This is within the science, yes.
It's Flash Gordian science. So he gets frozen in the snow. Not really ice. The rocket crashes in Alaska in a pile of snow. Snowdrift. And,
He's just
I'm frozen.
a feces popsicle.
Yeah. Well, 70 years go by. Or 60, 50? I don't know math. The maths of this movie
So
elude me.
It was like 40 years.
I had to write this down, too, because this is the worst. This is the most bullshit I've ever read on a sign in a movie.
Okay.
West German Alaska Field Station. What the fuck?
I was almost thinking that, like, it was implying that because he didn't defeat the Red Skull, that the Red Skull and his Nazi regime took over the entire world, and now Alaska is part of Germany?
West Germany?
That
But
would have made a
didn't-
better
That
movie.
wouldn't be West Germany. It would just be Germany.
Yeah. And the West Germans didn't get to, do stuff.
No.
They didn't get oh, hey, West Germany, here's your Alaska Field Station.
What's a field station?
What?
Is that like where you get gas
I don't
when
know.
you're out in the tundra?
Like you
They
said,
were out in the tundra doing science.
Yes. That's science
West
station.
German science, the best kind of science, trespassing science.
Yeah.
The kind of trespassing where you put up a sign that states quite clearly that you are trespassing.
So they bring him in. They drag his frozen caveman body inside to the West German field station.
In a perfectly cut rectangle.
Where's the rocket? Wouldn't he still be strapped to the rocket?
He would be frozen to that rocket with a glue made of his own feces.
Yes.
He fell off the rocket when the rocket hit the snowdrift.
Maybe.
Wow. And he couldn't get off the rocket before then?
yeah.
Here's the other thing. In the beginning of the movie, he rips through steel shackles
Uh-huh.
to punch out the Nazi that kills the scientist.
Right.
They've got him, like, held on the missile with a belt,
Uh-huh.
and he can't get out of it.
Yes.
He probably doesn't even think of it. He's like, well, they tied me down pretty good. I guess I'll just ride this missile until I figure out what to do 16 and a half hours later, and then I'll just kick it like I could have done at any point. Oh,
Science.
science.
They also don't thaw him out. He just busts out. I've had enough of this ice shit.
And then decides to walk
He just
back to
doesn't
America.
say a word.
No, the important thing you need to know here is that he has been frozen for years. He's in a block of ice that they move into a slightly warm room. He breaks out of the block of ice and immediately runs back outside where it's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he
And he's
should
walking
be-
funny.
So he walks funny the whole time. This guy's just a funny walker. He's not action-packed.
No.
Mark Salinger is a awkward dude.
Yeah, thanks for lying to me about the dreamboatiness of this dude.
I haven't seen this. I think that I've seen the other one, the 70s made-for-TV one, because I remember stuff from the movie, and it wasn't this one. So I had never seen it. I falsely reported. I think the other guy might be okay.
Yeah, I got polio leg hunchback guy
The
with weird eyes.
the blank stare and the not getting anything is just like, he's just too much of a doofus. I can't get past any of the physical problems because I was like, God, that guy was really stupid.
Yes, he is quite dumb. Also in the future, the child that took the photograph of him on the rocket is now the president.
He says so. He calls his own shot. I'm going
Yep.
to become the president. His mom's like, just shut the fuck up and go to bed.
He's giving his bad medicine speech. What's that about?
It was terrible.
That, again,
What is this
low
bad
point.
medicine that we need to swallow?
I think it was about the.
Environmental.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. And I was like, economy. No, that's not right.
yeah.
Oh my God, I've got Captain America disease.
Yeah.
Mark Salinger's rubbed off on you.
Menahem Golan's environmentalism creeps into a lot of his movies.
Well, also in the future, there's a group of secret guys that are having a meeting at Fortress Lorenzo. One of them is the general, the president's right-hand man.
Darren McGavin
Darren
is the
McGavin.
bad guy, which I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, some other assorted villains are there as well. The Red Skull is there.
I would like to point out that at this point in time, he now has slicked back black hair
And a reconstructed face.
and he has blue eyes.
Yeah, he doesn't have gross face anymore.
Yeah, he
He's
doesn't
still
have
got
milky
gross
white
face.
eyes anymore.
It's just not as gross.
Yeah.
It's all scarred up and shit. Why? Why did he do this?
I don't know.
Anyone?
I was waiting for him to peel his skin off and be red-faced again at
Yeah,
some
why
point in the
he's
movie, but didn't happen.
okay? Well, now he's not the Red Skull anymore. Why is he in this film? Why did you have the Red Skull in this film as the bad guy if you're not going to have him have
I
gross face?
think that the makeup that they did for secondary, like the later Red Skull, was much more cost effective.
Yes, that's.
I
can
think
see
that they had to spend it. I think they did Red Skull for one day, and it cost a lot, and then they could do that instead very easily. I think that was budgetary more than anything.
Yeah. Well, it looks stupid.
It looks stupid.
Yeah.
I think that it's one of the least stupid things in the movie.
Oh my God.
Not saying much.
Like, it was versus everything else that was going on. I was like, well, I don't hate that much. Everything else was god awful.
Meanwhile, somebody is, I guess, at the West German field station has taken a picture of Captain America as he was leaving, and now it's all over the news. Everywhere. Captain America is here. Who fucking cares? He didn't do anything. Nobody in 1990 would know who Captain America is because some child took a picture of him on a rocket. But you can't see the rocket. It's just,
Yeah.
hey, I don't know what this picture is. Oh, it was a guy strapped to a rocket that he saved fucking mankind from extinction. Sure, kid, whatever.
Yeah. That Captain America is essentially a giant failure in the film because he had one mission, didn't do it.
Yep.
So there is no like, oh my gosh, it's unfrozen. Captain America's back because nobody.
Hooray,
who's-
we're saved. Who fucking,
Who's
okay.
Captain America?
What's Captain America and
And then-
why do I give a shit?
There's like one guy that only made it to Major because he wouldn't play ball, and he's like, "Oh, Captain America? Yeah, that was a really big fuck up we made in Santa Monica one year."
Yeah, Captain America met, like 36 people his entire military career, and they didn't even know who he was because it was a secret program.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, pretty dumb. Well, the Red Skull sees the headlines too, and he sends his daughter in to kill Captain America. Oh, he's back. I gotta kill him.
With bitchin' 80s music.
Yeah.
Playing only when you see her or her helicopter.
Yeah.
Right.
The music, the songs that they made for the movie
Uh-huh.
seem really thrown together.
Yeah.
Like, the singing was bad.
I caught a couple of them that were very similar to songs that were popular several years before. Like, oh, we've just taken this song and changed a couple notes.
Yeah.
And re-recorded it.
But there was a couple of actual songs that they recorded with the movie and had words to, like the end song.
Oh.
They were just bad. It was
And-
like bad singing.
Memories of you. Your face is in my memory.
Like they had a guy that did the music, and he's like,
spot on.
so they had a guy that was doing the music, and like every time he asked for something, they were like, "Well, you're doing that part." And like, so he finally got done with all the tracks. He's like, "So when are you going to do the singers? Where are the singers showing up?" He's like, "You're doing the singing." Oh, God damn it!
Oh, no.
I'm terrible. And so he just jacks the reverb up. He's like, "Oh man, it's Captain America."
Traveling back from Alaska. Trying to make it to Bernie. He doesn't realize it's the future.
And then during the first screening, he's like super like tense because he's like, "Oh, I'm going to be the thing that fucks this movie up." And then he watches it and he's like, "You guys are dickheads."
All right, I've just thought of the greatest Stinker Madness spinoff ever. We're gonna watch a bad movie and then sing everything that happens in that shitty voice in 15 minutes.
So I could do everything that happens in this movie in that shitty voice with one word. Nothing.
Nothing ever happens.
Science.
The president saves himself.
Credits.
Oh boy, that was better than the movie.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was.
Speaking of Captain America, he's walking back to the mainland. He's hitching rides on trains and
He doesn't even bother to ask him, "Hey, who are you?" Fuck it, I'm out of the ice. I'm just going to start walking.
that way.
He even says, "I'm just going to go south because I'm pretty sure that's where America is."
Yeah.
What a dumbass.
It's cold here. The United States must be south of here.
Oh.
Whatever. Well, some ladies in some helicopters show up. It's his daughter, Red Skull's daughter, and
The
her
first Eurotrash sighting.
gang of Euro trash. Some choppers with some sweet jams. They're pumping jams out of their helicopter.
Yeah.
It's not diegetic music.
No.
Or it is diegetic music.
diegetic music.
Oh, boy. Well, Ned Beatty's also there.
In his Volkswagen truck?
His Volkswagen truck.
What
trying
were
to
those
find
called?
Captain America. I don't know. They're cool.
Volkswagen truck, Japanese tape recorder, West
Yeah.
German power supply or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Culture shock for Cap when he
Yeah.
gets picked up. Well, before he gets picked up, the girls chase him on motorcycles.
Yeah.
He runs away from them. Oh, motorcycles! Ah.
And they shoot at him, and he dodges without using the shield.
He gets shot one time. Shot in the
takes one
shoulder
in the
again.
shoulder again, yeah.
He's a real bullet magnet, this Captain
Yeah.
America.
He's got a tear in his uniform.
Well, Ned Beatty saves him. Get in the truck, guy! Okay, guy.
Which foreshadows Captain America's best trick.
Yeah.
Captain America
God.
has got a trick that works on everybody. This is like his other superpower.
I'm getting sick.
Dick
Pull
move.
over, I'm gonna puke.
So yeah, he gets out. He walks a little ways away from the car, like he's gonna throw up. Ned Beatty's like,
he's doing
"Are
the
you
look
all-
over his shoulder, like,
Yeah.
is he watching? Is he
Are you
watching?
watching?" Ned Beatty comes out. "Are you all right?" Sprints over, and he doesn't even run fast either.
He looks ridiculous.
He can't run fast, so he sprints in and steals the car.
Drives off.
And you're like, "What a fucking asshole!"
Oh, yeah, just leaves Ned Beatty in the middle of nowhere to be eaten by wolves.
Up to this point, you were just thinking that Captain America is just kind of an idiot. Now you're like, Captain is, but he's a dick.
He's a dickhead.
What a fucking jackass.
He is a dickhead, and it's not the only time he fucking pulls this move.
It's classic. Well, he makes it to California. He's got culture future shock. Oh God, everything's different. There's ladies on the beach with butt floss, and there's punk kids, and oh no, the future sucks. Doesn't like it. Goes to Bernie's house.
I'm pretty sure he liked the lady in the bikini. Because he looked at her a long time. Like, he was running past her, and he did the whole backwards head glance.
Hey,
like,
her butt's
whoa.
out.
Your butt's showing. Like, he just has a big pants tent at that point.
He runs down the middle of the road, even though there are perfectly good sidewalks.
They
on
had
either
sidewalks
side.
in the 50s.
Yeah.
Like, that, he has no excuse there.
Yes. None. Well, at Bernie's house, she hasn't moved in 40 years, conveniently.
Yeah, she got her parents' house, I guess.
Well, Bernie it turns out that she just went on living life. And she got married
She
to
waited 16 years.
Mustache Ron.
She waited 16 years before she settled on Mustache
Yeah.
Ron.
Mustache Jack. His name was Jack.
Yeah.
I like Mustache Ron
I like
better.
Mustache Ron better.
I bet
Mustache Ron.
Mustache Ron is beating a lady who waited for a guy for 16 years. Now she only wants to do him for kids.
with living, selling plumbing supplies. Got in the Hall of Fame, so they gave him a watch.
Mustache Ron.
I would have watched a movie, like, when you first see Mustache Ron, I was ready for this movie to be about him instead.
Yeah.
Like,
he's an
just
interesting character.
The life of this guy.
He's the most believable guy in this whole film.
Yeah. Because he can spot a dickhead when he sees one. He's like, I was in plumbing sales for 30 years. I know what an asshole looks like. He looks like me, and he looks like you.
Yeah. He's not happy the Cap's there. He's making a real poopy face like, who the fuck are you, buddy?
Yeah.
Coming into my life trying to bang my old lady who's old.
Old, yeah.
Or my daughter, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, he does take a six-pack into the face.
Yeah.
Steve
Yeah.
Rogers does at this point by the daughter.
Yeah.
Best fight scene in the whole movie.
Pretty much. So back with the Red Skull, he's is asking his daughter what happened, and she's talking fucking French. Why is she French?
Because she went to French schools.
No.
Finishing school.
Why are they in Italy?
Well, they're in Italy because he's Italian.
But he's a Nazi.
Not in this movie.
Ay, ay, ay.
I thought he was a Russian.
He's
The Red
fascist.
Skull? No, he was a Nazi.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if Albert Pyun knows anything about locations or places.
He didn't write the thing. That's the
Yeah,
problem. He
well.
didn't write the thing.
You could be like, why are you having a French accent? Don't do that accent. You do not need to be evil French lady.
She's probably just French.
Maybe.
She could have been screwing him.
Yeah. I guess all Eurotrash is doesn't matter what part of Europe you're from. If you're Eurotrash, you get to just be that. So,
Trash.
well, Ned Beatty shows up at Bernie's. Hey, are you Captain America? Where's Captain America? I gotta find Captain America. He's gonna save the planet, I guess. Because this is where the movie gets explained.
If they find his name,
If they find the Red Skull's name, then they
they win.
win.
They just need to find his name.
And Ned Beatty knows about Dr. Vizzelli, and Dr. Vizzelli used to work or was in the Red Skull Project, so therefore she would know his name. So now you got to find
The diary.
Diary of Dr. Vizzelli.
Because they don't know anything about she kept everything in her head. We never looked in her desk to make sure that was the case.
Only you can find this diary, Captain America.
And then the diary doesn't have the name in it anyway.
How does Ned Beatty know to go to Bernie's house?
Found a love letter
That's
in,
right.
in his top secret file.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, he did.
That's
I
how I
guess
knew
it's
his
true.
name.
Well, whatever. Well, oh no.
So, do you think he stayed the whole weekend?
No, he gets shot.
The whole weekend at Bernie's?
Oh, God.
Oh no!
Boo. He's shot. Mustache Ron gets shot because Valentina, this is her name. She's not Sin like she is in the comics. She's Valentina DeSantis.
Valentina DeSantis.
Yeah.
And they...
The Red Skull's daughter.
Yeah, I know. And she finds... Yes, the name. I guess that's the name they found.
Yeah. Well, she shoots Mustache Ron and Bernie. Bernie gets detonated. So does Ned Beatty. No longer in this movie, but Mustache Ron makes it out okay.
It seems like he dies,
Yeah.
and then the paramedic's like, he's gonna be fine. And I don't know if that's the paramedic lying because she's right there.
Uh-huh.
And, like, they get in the ambulance later, and they're like, what do you mean he's gonna be fine? That guy's dead. And he's like, yeah, you don't tell them that when they're standing next to you.
Well, he's not dead because they're at
You
the
see these people?
hospital.
You seen these people cry? You seen them? You don't want that.
There's a whole nother scene with Mustache Ron.
I don't know if you noticed this or not, but they loaded him into the back of a van, not an ambulance.
I didn't notice that.
They're like, this is the one. This guy's not hurt too bad. Just fill him up full of drugs and we'll fill him up full of wieners.
Well, unfortunately, the president has been abducted. Oh no!
Because
Great.
killing the president doesn't work.
Yeah.
You just gotta control him. And he's got a mind control device that science takes forever to do.
Yeah. Well, they tried killing Kennedy and
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Jr. That didn't work out for him. So.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, I've tried it and I'm done with this. This is not working.
Now Captain America has a reason to find the Red Skull, because he's actually done something. He kidnapped the president. Before that, he hasn't done anything other than what he did in 1943.
How does he know it's the Red Skull that kidnapped the president?
I
though?
don't fucking know. Whatever.
And why does the Red Skull even bother with any of it after the Nazis? Just like, you made yourself a new hand? That's cool.
Uh-huh.
He should just be inventing things and selling it. Like, oh, we need to control the president. He's like, fuck that noise. I've got more money than God.
In typical villain fashion, he chose to conquer the world instead of actually make money.
Instead of making money.
Number 2 does in Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Like, instead of trying to do this, we could just use our resources to make a shitload of cash. No, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
Only villainy.
Yeah, because he would just be like, run the country. I have more money than that country. And I don't have to deal with anything.
Mhm.
Screw that.
Yeah.
More hookers, please.
So the plan is for Captain America to go back to the base where he was made, under the diner, and I guess snoop around and see if he can find something from Dr. Fazeli. And he does.
He does, the diary.
The diary. The Eurotrash shows up. Eurotrash hitman.
Because I take my diary to work, too.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, maybe it's
Screaming.
like a work journal. Minor quibble about this movie
Oh.
that she has a diary in her work desk.
And it's the only thing in the desk. They cleaned out everything except that.
Yeah, well, whatever. He fights them. He fights the Eurotrash. Beats them up pretty nice.
Kinda. He runs and hides more than he fucking does
Yeah,
anything.
he's a guerrilla tactic type guy.
Yeah, he's a Nancy.
Yeah, he is a
Whatever.
Nancy.
There was one scene I was impressed with. Captain America somehow got up in the corner of the ceiling, and the Eurotrash guy's walking down, and he kind of looks up, and Captain America comes out and kicks him in the face, or hits him, or punches him, or something.
Yeah, that was
It was
pretty
really
action-packed.
He shoves the guy into the air duct.
Yeah.
That goes down?
Yeah,
That's
that goes
later.
down.
Yeah, from the guy falls down the air duct in the sub-basement.
I mean, how much more down is there?
By the length of that scream, I'm guessing like maybe a couple
He
100 feet.
Came out on the other end in China.
Just like Bugs Bunny.
He just falls out of a hole in the ground in China, and they hand him an egg roll. Oh, it was a rough fall, bud. Thanks for the egg roll. I don't speak Chinese, though.
Well, the Red Skull has taken the president to Fortress Lorenzo. He's keeping him there. The president tries to escape. He steals some poison acid stuff that's just sitting right next to his interrogation chair so that he
yeah.
can melt his prison bars.
I guess.
I don't know what was going on with that one.
It worked.
It kind of
Because they've got to drug him up with these drugs so that his brain is more receptive to the mind control chip, which takes 24 hours.
Is
Yeah.
that why they kidnapped the president? Was to mind control him?
Yes, he had a mind control device that he invented.
So what were they going to do with the president?
Well,
Whatever they wanted with the entire United States of America.
it doesn't matter. Had they succeeded, they could have used that mind control chip on the populace, and we would have believed that that was a good movie.
Oh, I gotcha. That wasn't Peyton Manning?
Right.
That wasn't Peyton Manning.
Nope, wasn't Peyton Manning. Well, Cap and Sharon go to Italy, and he ditches her.
He pulls his fucking trick again, the I feel sick. It's the only thing he's effectively able to do consistently is this dumb trick.
Pretend that he's
It's his dick
car
move.
sick. Oh, I don't feel good.
Dick move. And then it's like, I can't take you, it's too dangerous. I'm gonna leave you in a fucking country with nothing.
That you don't speak the
Totally
language.
much safer.
You have no luggage, no clothes, no. Your purse is still in the car.
And there are people actively hunting you.
And she is able to catch back up with him because
Immediately.
because that's how much of a fucking dickhead Captain America is in this movie. He can't even, it's like, I can't take you with me, and then it's like he just like walks the other direction, like, what, I'm not gonna follow you?
Yeah.
You can't Oh, what an asshole.
It's not that Sharon Carter is awesome or Sharon. It's not that she's awesome.
She's
it's
just
that he's an idiot.
He's an idiot. She's an average human
She
being.
looks great next to him because he's such a tool bag.
He is an idiot.
It's like that classic move if you ever want to look smart or just hang around dumb people.
And when they're like going through the clues and that, she's doing all the legwork. She's talking to people and making sense of it, and he's like, this is made out of paper. Like, these papers are in a box. Wait a second. Are these clues? And she's like, I already got the address, you fucking moron.
Oh, you've been there before.
You better be able to punch people real good. Because, I'm doing all the heavy lifting over here.
Well, they somehow find the house that that the Red Skull grew up in, that he was nabbed from when he was a kid. And inside the house is the tape recorder that was recording him playing the piano when he got abducted.
This is another fun part, too. Like, do you know somebody who fixes old radios and stuff? So they bring it to him. What does he do? He plugs it in and turns it on. Yeah. You fucking dickhead. Try it first, right? God damn it.
Now this is going to be an important tape recording. Oh, wait, no, it's not.
Why is it important?
I don't know.
It's only important with the end. I don't.
It wasn't even really important then. It mildly distracted the Red Skull.
You can't.
Mild distraction.
There's the sound of piano playing, and then a window breaks, and some guy shouting Italian or German or Paris talk or whatever, and then some people getting shot. That's it. That's all that's on this tape.
Oh, they say his name.
Do they?
DeSantos! DeSantos!
Do
And then
they?
they mow him down with machine guns.
Do they say his
I
name?
didn't hear that.
Yeah, they do.
I heard the German or the fascist guy bark some orders, and then what I infer means shoot these people.
Yeah, we saw the scene.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know.
I don't know why
The only
this
reason
tape
they
matters.
say DeSantos is because that's his daughter's last name.
When she finds them in the next
Sharon,
scene, she drops her purse and she finds a picture of the Red Skull and then her driver's license or whatever. Now I've got their name.
Yeah, again, Sharon is doing all the heavy lifting. She figures all of it out. All of it. He doesn't do a goddamn thing.
No. Yeah, so that takes place. She shows up and shoots up the place. The Eurotrash chase him. They get away by jumping into the ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, I guess.
On a bicycle.
On a bicycle. So that's when she finds Valentina's purse and the license and the picture, and now they've got his name. Then what?
They win, right?
Yeah, I guess they won.
They wait, because if they figure out his name, they win.
Right.
Oh.
What do we do now?
She's looking at him like, that was your plan, figure out his name and win? Oh boy with you.
What else was I supposed to do?
Well, if Ned Beatty was still alive, he could have taken the name and science.
And science.
And science. Okay. All right. Let's just, okay. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Science. So now they can go to the castle that he's already been to.
He's already been to.
Yeah.
And I wanted that scene. I wanted her to be like, have you been here before, Steve? He's like, yeah, this is the castle where the Red Skull lives. Why didn't we just go here first? Well, if we find his name, we win.
We win. That's what Ned Beatty said. Science.
Science.
Yeah. So it's time to beat up the Red Skull.
It's time for the president to escape on his own.
Oh my god. Captain America doesn't even save the president. The president kicks out his own jail cell. And
he actually fails by saving the president.
The president saves him twice.
Because the president's like, oh, you need me to be alive to use your mind control, don't you? Yes. So he commits suicide. But Captain America saves him. Well, now the Red Skull can win. There's still a chance that the Red Skull can win because you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. And then the president has to save him twice. So he did save the president from his suicide. I guess that's one thing he does.
That was the plan. The right plan. Hey,
Yeah.
take
I
one.
will save you, president, from your own suicide.
Got you by the arm. I'm going to throw you inside this building.
But when they team up to fight, like when he punches the lady in the face, is right after this?
Yeah, he punched the lady right in the face.
Like they do their, like the two guys are fighting, like they're broing down and teaming up. The president punches out a man.
Uh-huh.
Captain America punches a lady right in the face.
And it takes him longer, actually.
Yeah. He like shows up and just punches out the lady, and the president doesn't say anything like, nice job, guy.
Wait, right. Now, you embody everything that's good about America?
You know, you looked a lot cooler strapped to a missile when I was 6.
Bit of a disappointment. Hey, are you Peyton Manning?
Now that I think about it, you know, you weren't saving anything. You were just tied to that missile, weren't you?
Yeah.
That was you did a real job before I saw you.
So the president gets shot after some fighting and teaming up, but he can still punch a guy. He's
Yeah, he can punch a guy even though he's been shot.
Yeah.
Like the president.
the president is more
Captain
badass
America
than Captain America. Jesus.
And I would like to point out that at this point, it is the Red Skull is probably like 60.
Yeah.
You know, so he's way old and he's fighting with Captain America, and Captain America is getting his ass handed to him by a 60-year-old man at this point.
Well, he got beat up by a fucking teenager the first time around, so.
That's right.
Well, the Red Skull has a bomb in his piano.
That is outside.
Outside.
I guess it's in his piano.
I don't know where the bomb is. He's like, when it comes to megatons, it's not very big, but it will blow up all of Southern Europe. That's like the biggest bomb ever, dum-dum.
That's the big one.
Yeah. Oy, 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 oy.
But he just had a bigger one.
So Cap plays, to stop him, he plays the tape. Here, this is your childhood. You got turned into who you are now, evil guy.
He reflects for like 2 seconds on it, like, yeah, that sucked pretty bad. On with my plan.
Yeah. But at that point, he then gets hit right in the face with a shield. Tossed off the side of the building.
DeSantos.
Whack. Thunk, 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 thunk.
Oh, that was a-
thunk, the thunk, 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 thunk.
The dummy falling off the cliff
Splash.
was great.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the
That
dummy
was-
falling off was so funny.
And I like that they just went with it the whole time. It
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
like, oh, whoa, he's dead. No, just like, bonk, 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 bonk,
Yeah.
bonk, bonk.
No, that was the best part of the movie by far.
Then he uses his shield I am to infer that he cuts off his daughter's head with his shield.
I didn't know if he bonked her or what.
You don't see her laying on the ground. You don't see it happen. It's just incoming shield at her face. And then that's the last you see of her anymore. I think he chopped her.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened to her.
I think she's dead.
Yeah, what they didn't show you is it chops her head off, and then he just starts pissing in her neck hole. Mm-hmm. And Sharon's like, whoa, what do you do? He's like, this is how I do it. This is the first time I've won, though, but this is how I do it.
Yeah.
I'm creating tradition.
Yeah. And Sharon's like, we need to reevaluate what's going on between you and I.
Well, they don't have time for that because freeze frame credits!
Turn and look. He looked at the camera. Then it shows his back, and he turns around and looks at the camera.
Right, and then
It
the president
sucks.
shows up with a whole bunch of guys with pantyhose over their faces.
They're like burglar commandos.
Yeah.
And they win.
They win.
Yeah, they won.
Captain America. Merc.
America.
Questions?
Oh.
Okay.
Jackie, you can go first.
Where does Captain America go after this is all over? Because at the end of it, they're like, the president's like, and I'd just like to send out a special shout out to Captain America wherever you are. Like,
Where is he?
Where-
where the hell does he go? Is he collecting Social Security somewhere? That's my next question.
He's lost.
Yeah, he's in the woods going, what the shit is this place?
He's going south and he's in Africa.
Well, if he was enlisted
Oh, God damn it.
and he was missing in action and he showed back up, I think they got to pay up on that. So he's got some cash.
Oh, yeah. Back pay.
Yeah, back pay. He's hanging out in Santa Monica with Sharon and Mustache Ron.
Mustache Ron!
He's like, Mustache Ron, I nailed your old lady. Now I'm gonna nail your daughter. If you backtalk me, I'll cut off your head and piss in your neck hole. Because that's how I do it.
Van.
Mark, what's your question?
Oh, I only get one?
Oh, no, you can have as many as you like.
Okay, I have two.
Okay.
What happened to the West German Alaskan team?
Obviously, they did their job. They found something.
They're all in therapy. They're like, we found a guy on the ice and he came alive and ran away and I don't know.
Yeah, like, well, that was, like, if we would have stuck with those guys, the other one would have walked up to him and be like, is your curiosity satisfied, Steve? Because we actually have a job that we're supposed to do now. You should clean up this fucking ice and get back to work.
Sam?
That wasn't Peyton Manning? No, What do you think happens to Mustache Ron?
That's
That was your question?
That's my question. Yeah.
Well, obviously he likes watching the Wheel of Fortune because he's watching it in the hospital, so he probably
He's
just like
unconscious. He's laying there in a coma, and she's like turns on Wheel of Fortune, and then
they-
sticks the remote on top of him.
well, all old people like Jeopardy, Price is Right, and the Wheel of Fortune. I know this because my
Mustache Ron-
grandmas loved those shows.
He doesn't strike me as that old. I think
No.
he's like in his late 40s and probably still owns a Corvette that's got T-tops.
He's
and-
got the Rally Orange Corvette
Yeah.
with the metal rack on the back.
Yeah,
And,
drives around listening to Boston.
I don't think he's got a Corvette. I think he's got a Camaro.
Well,
Yeah,
One of the two.
He strikes me as a guy as he listens to the Dodgers radio
Uh-huh.
just for the background noise and just drinks.
while he tinkers in his garage.
And then tinkering in the garage is really just like, I'm working on something, and he's working on about 15 beers.
He truly is the most developed character in this movie.
My question is, what does the Red Skull do?
Science.
Why is he the bad guy? Like, is he been doing bad stuff this whole time?
Yeah, they said he's
Like
been
what?
murdering all of every assassination. JFK, Martin Luther King, all of them.
Was him?
Yep.
Like, he's the trigger man?
Yeah, he said that Kennedy cost $22 million.
He's an international businessman.
So he's an assassin.
He's-
a hitman for hire.
He arranges things.
No, he's the arranger of things.
What's his fucking deal? Why does he even give a shit?
He's a supervillain. That's
he's
his job.
fucking bored.
Why
Yeah.
though? Why is he a supervillain?
Yeah, that was, I asked that earlier. Like, why do you keep doing this after the Nazis are gone? You're just like, I have more money.
It's his
than
hobby?
I guess his hobby is being a dick.
Yeah.
He was hideously deformed, so he's just pissed off at the world, and he's like, no, fuck it.
His motivations were quite poorly explained, I think.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. That's
They-
my problem
They
with this
were
film.
they weren't explained at all.
If only they had explained his motivations, I think this would have been a good film.
That was it.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's the kicker. Jackie?
I already asked my question.
Oh, that's the only one, huh? Mark?
Because I addressed that. Is the Red Skull German or Russian? And 'cause
He's Italian.
I thought he was Russian,
I guess.
but we kind of talked about that.
All right. Here's my second and final question. Not exactly from the movie. Hey, tits. I'm grabbing your buns?
Hey, tits, I'm grabbing your butt. You need to do that when your fiance comes back. Just see how that goes.
All right, well.
My father does that every time I take him to lunch.
He grabs your buns?
No, he says that to the waitress.
Oh, okay.
And they go, "Oh, you're such a cute little old man with all your hair." And I'm like, "Don't encourage him."
Don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
do not.
playing with fire.
Do not do it. I once saw my man, or my man.
My man, like Brock Sampson, he's got like a bodyguard, manservant. That's my man, Pete.
I once saw my father helicopter a lady, so in public. So yeah, you don't.
She
you don't
learned her
wanna do
fucking
that.
lesson though,
Yeah.
because
she
was
egged
flirting
him
with
on.
it.
She
yeah,
was flirting with him, and
He's
then he
like-
pulled up his surgery robe and swung his wiener in a circle
Yeah.
to a total stranger. Ay, ay, ay. Sam.
So there's like what is the Canadian guy in Alpha Flight?
Oh God, what is his name? The red guy?
Yeah, it's got the Canadian flag.
Maple Leaf.
Some
I
no,
don't
it's
know.
not. It's like silver something. Anyway, there's Captain America. Canada has a guy. Why doesn't Mexico get anybody?
Mexico does not have a guy.
There should be Major Mexico.
Major Mexico.
Mayor Mexico.
I would do it, but I'm too tired.
No, like that's the plan C. Like we have to do it. We have to call Major Mexico, and he shows up, and it's a guy with tattoos on his faces, and he fucks shit up.
Yeah, they have that.
machete.
His name is Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo is Major Mexico. You don't want to call him.
Do not call Major
Like
Mexico.
you only call Major Mexico when it's the last resort. Like the last resort.
Diplomatic relations have failed. Well, Major Mexico.
Yeah.
Get in Major Mexico.
Diplomatic relations have failed because of Major Mexico.
Yeah. If you have a situation and you never want to hear about it ever again.
My last question is, who is Valentina's mom?
Yeah, who had sex with the Red Skull? Because, yucky.
Well,
I
maybe-
wonder if his penis was all deformed too. Like,
Wait.
Oh, yes, the whole rat was all red and icky.
And
so-
bigger,
he
but
told-
it was probably a giant weird looking wiener.
Yeah.
Red Rocket.
Sam, do you have any more questions?
No.
That's it. All right. Recommendations. Do we recommend this film?
I
to be viewed?
recommend that if somebody did a 3-minute YouTube condensing of it, that you should watch that instead.
So, no to the film? Do not watch this film, is what you're saying?
I think if you got some people at your house that you want them to leave,
The old Star Wars holiday special trick.
Yes.
yep, that's what this movie's good for. Why are we watching this? Because it's my favorite movie. If you don't like it, leave.
Get out.
Yeah. Start watching. I like the significance of it is it's like you should watch it because it's Captain America and it's such a mess, but like it sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks.
I can't, in good faith to humankind, recommend this film to anybody. I don't think it's for viewing.
That's what my best case scenario is if somebody does a 3-minute condensing YouTube of it, watch that instead.
Your thoughts, Mark?
It's terrible. Don't watch it.
Yeah, don't watch it. It stinks.
And if you really have to watch this movie, fast forward to Red Skull Rat, and then fast forward to Red Skull falling off of the cliff, and then just
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
So you could turn it into a drinking game where you have to drink every time Captain America is a dickhead, but that would just be called like chugging beers for an hour and a half.
All right, well, there's your show. It'll be Sam's pick next time. Do you have any idea what you're going to choose, Sam?
I haven't decided yet.
All right. Yeah,
Thanks to Mark for coming.
thanks, Mark.
No, thank you.
Always good to have you. We will see you next time, and in the meantime, get to the chopper.
Oh, no.
God damn it.
Get to the chopper!
Into the chopper, running slow-mo to the chopper.
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.